Come again, bitch. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cecily. I'm a writer, I'm an entertainment journalist, and one of y'all faves from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta told me I was too cute to be fat.
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who had been saying that?
It's story time. I know you want to hear it. I know you want to get to the tea, but first, what you gonna do for me? Did you subscribe? Did you subscribe? Yeah? That's cute. You gonna go ahead and hit that like button for me too? Stop. I like that. So I went to grad school in Atlanta. Shout out to Georgia State. The thing about living in Atlanta is that it really is Black Hollywood. You literally see celebrities, especially Black celebrities, all the time, at the bookstore, at the tattoo shop, at the gas station, at the club, at court. Literally, they're everywhere. It's something that you just learn, that you just get used to, I feel like, really fast. And you know, you just learn to stay cute and be ready so you ain't got to get ready, I guess, you know, because you never know who you're gonna run into. So when it comes to a big event like a music festival, they're definitely out here. So in 2015, my homegirl and I, we went to One Music Fest. I was actually super excited about One Music Fest because it's a lineup for like grown folks. It was like 8Ball MJG, Ghostface Killer. I saw the internet perform for like the 4th or 5th time. That's actually the only time I've ever saw Lauryn Hill perform live. You know, child, I was just blessed to be in the number. You know, she showed up. Like, hey. I consider myself fortunate, you know, to have experienced that. But the point is that we were having a really good time. The thing that I usually hate about music festivals is that it's a bunch of white kids trying to mosh and say nigga without accountability. And this was just literally the opposite of that. We're in Atlanta, so it's already super Black down there. It's all these Black folks and they, you know, t-shirts and African prints and shit. You know, we was just out here, you know, eating barbecue and shit, dancing at the same time, like being Black. It was just dope. Like we were having a really good time, and we was also really high. Like we was high. We walking through random strangers, passing joints back and forth, and then I also had a huge edible in my purse. Are we allowed to talk about drugs on YouTube? Y'all, I guess I'll know when they take this video down. I don't know.
Better watch out, because the police will be contacted and your account's getting suspended and you're going to jail, possibly.
But the edible is actually kind of important to the story. So me and my homegirl, we're having a good time, and we're walking from the stage area to like another part of the festival grounds. I think it was like actually a little vendor area, like a little vendor's village, if you will. And that is where we ran into,
Now tell me who she was.
Arian from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Full disclosure, I actually haven't watched Love and Hip Hop in a few years, so I don't even know if Arian is still on the show. Feel free to tell me in the comments if she's still on the show or what she might be up to now. At the time when I was watching the show, Arian was kind of like, you know, one of my faves. She was kind of like a voice of reason on the show. You know, Mimi was arguing with Stevie all the time and arguing with Jocelyn about her daughter Ava. That's how Mimi talk. When it comes to my daughter Ava, that's the only thing that Stevie and I have to talk about. I'm sorry. Okay, back to the story. Arian was Mimi's best friend, and I liked Arian because I felt like she was supportive and kind of low-key, but she also kind of, you know, held folks accountable. I just like that about her. She also is gorgeous. I don't know if y'all know what Arian looks like. She's absolutely gorgeous. She's queer. I just was like, oh, I like this girl. She's cool. She's great. So when me and my homegirl saw her at this vendor's booth at the festival, we were like, oh, hey, you know, what's up? And when I tell y'all, she was so nice. Like, her and the person that she was there at the festival with, like, they key with us. We were, I mean, for at least like maybe between 5 and 15 minutes, like we were there, like we were laughing back and forth, just chit-chatting, very casual, friendly conversation that made sense for the environment that we were in, because we were kind of right in the middle. Wasn't super loud. We weren't like right up on one of the stages. I even offered her some of the edible. So like, just to give y'all a vibe of like how long we have been there, I felt comfortable enough to be like, hey, you want some of this brownie? You know, great. Like I was, you know, we were communing. We were having a moment. It was a cute little key. And I just felt like, I was like, wow, I'm just really happy that she is as cool in person as I kind of thought that she would be based on how she's portrayed on the show. Because sometimes it's not like that. But I was just kind of relieved that like, oh, she's a cool girl. So it's time for us to go our separate ways. Let me tell y'all something. I'm never going to be the one to be like, follow me on Instagram. But what I will do sometimes, if I feel like it's an appropriate situation where I feel like maybe I made a connection with this person, what I'll say is, and especially if I'm already following them, what I'll say is what I said to Arian, which is that like, oh, like I've actually been following you on social media for a while. If you ever see me in the comments, like here's my handle. I can't remember if I like showed her my phone or she pulled out her phone. I can't remember the specifics of it, but I was like, I'm, you know, at Bad Fat Black Girl. And sis goes, oh, okay, but we gonna change that because you too cute for that. Come again, bitch. Y'all, it was so awkward. Me and my homegirl literally kind of paused, looked at her, and then looked at each other and just kind of strolled away. It was nothing else we could do. We were also too high to be upset. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't a situation where it was like, oh, the audacity, but it was clearly awkward, clearly weird, and it really like put a damper on this whole dope interaction.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
Now, do not get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that Arian is a bad person. I do not want y'all to go find this woman and troll her. None of that. Because honestly, Arian is not the first nor the last person to think that it's okay to make those types of comments to fat people. And for Arian, I felt like it was something that was like she had been holding it in since we started this conversation. The moment that I mentioned the word fat, that it was in my handle, anything, it just like fell out. Like she couldn't wait to say it. God bless her, y'all. Bless her heart. Sis was literally relieved, like, whew, I'm so glad you brought your weight up because, baby, I have some thoughts. I have some notes, honey. She had notes for the kid, okay? I think I want to talk more so about the broader point, which is the comfort that people have giving unsolicited advice or making comments about fat people's bodies in a specific way. So please don't go troll Arian. I'm sure that Arian is a really dope person. Like nobody is perfect. I'm not trying to fuck her bag up or nothing like that. And I also still think she's gorgeous. I still liked her on the show. Like I just want to make that clear. I'm just sharing an experience that happened to me. But let's talk about the point, which is that sometimes under this guise of care or this guise of concern, a lot of people do feel super, super comfortable offering advice to fat people about how we should lose weight, about, you know, what we should be doing, what we should look like, how we should be living our lives, how we shouldn't be doing certain things, how we shouldn't be wearing certain things, how we shouldn't be saying certain things because we're fat. And honestly, in Arian's case, I really do think that, you know, from her perspective, she was like, oh, I just had this cute little kiki with this girl. And I also threw a compliment in there because I told her she was cute. I think that she felt like we were having like a heart to heart. You know what I mean? Like, I think she really was like, all right, let me put Shorty on some game. People engage in a lot of risky behaviors in their lives, whether it be having a job that is more risky, whether it be smoking, whether it be drinking alcohol, whether it be skydiving, whether it be having unprotected sex. People do things that create risk in their lives all the time, but it's not a coincidence that we only feel comfortable being so aggressively shameful, being so aggressively accusatory, and just being so aggressive, period, when shaming fat people for the risk that they're taking in terms of what we think they're eating, how much we think they're exercising, and what their bodies look like. And fat phobia is insidious like that. Like I I assume that everybody is fat phobic, even other fat folks, because it just is everywhere. It's very hard to escape from, and people feel very connected to it, and people feel very entitled to their fat phobia. People feel extremely entitled to hold that opinion, because that is a perspective that is literally perpetuated in every piece of our culture. People really feel like they have a right to their dislike and their disgust of fat bodies. But the thing is, like, to Arian and honestly to anyone else who gets that urge, fat people do not exist for you to correct. We are not here for your unsolicited opinions, for your unsolicited comments about our bodies, about the way they look. But here's the real tea. Federal guidelines actually dictate that if your BMI is over a certain amount, your doctor has to tell you that you need to start working out and exercising and going over health food charts with you and stuff like that. In case some folks fall through the cracks at the doctor's office, there's also a multi-billion-dollar diet industry that also reaffirms that fatness is not okay and that you should be looking to be like something else. And it's often disguised as a wellness industry, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, but it's a diet industry. That's what it is. And then for folks who might not have got it from their doctors, might not have got it from a billion-dollar diet industry that's literally perpetuated all around us, there are just online trolls who will come tell us that we're fat and that we should be doing different things with our lives. So what I'm telling you is that we are no longer in need of your services if that is what you want to do. There are folks who have it covered, baby, okay? They got it covered. Matter of fact, tell me in the comments right now, who was the last person that called you fat? Because I'm telling you, y'all, it's no shortage out here of people that's calling us fat. I'm letting y'all know that right now. So I know it might be on your heart, but baby, it's an oversaturated market of people calling other people fat. So I would just say my hope for Arian, I hope that since this was in 2015, I think that there has been a lot more visibility around, you know, fat shit. I hope that she's been able to be a part of some more thoughtful conversations around that. People who weren't too high to even continue the conversation. And I hope that she's evolved since then. Again, that was like 5 years ago. No hard feelings towards Arian or anything like that. But that is the story, though, of how one of the Love and Hip Hop girls did tell me I was too cute to be fat. The end. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel. For folks who've already subscribed, I really, really appreciate y'all. I was really nervous to start a YouTube channel, or not nervous, but I was just kind of not super excited about having one until very recently, and this is starting to be something that I really enjoy. So thank you guys so much.